Oh my gosh, it's been way too long since I have watched Monument Mythos, and I've had so many videos from Mr. Manticore come up on my front page of, I'm pretty sure, Season 3. And I've had people saying, are you going to watch more? I've had people saying that Season 3 is a wild ride. And so, we're back with more Monument Mythos Season 2! And you're all going to hate me because I've forgotten a lot. This is where, again, I should really be keeping notes for a lot of this stuff. Or I should just be rewatching a lot of these episodes just to get a nice refresher. But I might do that after today's video. But we're going to get back into it with Rockefeller, Revelation, and Washington Wonderland. And I'm assuming that with it being Wonderland, it's a theme park and it's just gonna go wrong. Both are quite lengthy videos, so it's pretty much meaning we all got to keep our eyes open. We got to stay at the ready for everything that comes our way. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. I hope you're ready too. My dad unexpectedly passed away 3 months ago. I will try my best to continue his work. Oh, he was one of the people that, like, was it that you were looking for your sister and your dad and all that was just Dr. Disturbing presents. The blue screen, I'm recognizing it, the Rockefeller tapes. I can't talk! Part 7. Oh. Hi, Rockefeller!
I remember seeing the first German airship in its hangar. I was astounded by its immensity until I saw my own name printed on its side.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Having your name on that.
An entirely new feeling unveiled within me. It was an emotion which frequented me in childhood. A blend of revulsion and satisfaction that had followed the execution of a cruel jest on a friend or a stranger. A pin in one's foot. A tumble down a stairwell.
Why would you be Why would you just have that feeling of revulsion?
I thought to myself,
why would it be revolting?
At the sight of a foreign airship bearing the name of the American president, dropping explosives upon cities of unarmed civilians.
Okay, that makes sense now.
That revulsion was my sole reaction to this invention. Yet, I cannot deny that I was proud of this magnificent vehicle.
That's understandable.
The greatest war machine ever developed by mankind, made possible by yours truly. By nightfall, shame outweighed pride, and I requested the immediate removal of my name from the airship and all its future successors.
So instead of a Zeppelin,
although the Germans complied, they continued to refer to their airships as Rockefeller.
That's gotta put a pin right in the heart every time.
Removing my name would not obscure the facts for very long. It was inevitable that the American public would one day become aware of my secret dealings in Germany.
Yeah, and then how would they see you then? It makes sense that why this was a lost tape then. You know, you want to keep Rockefeller's legacy really well hidden. But you can't. Nose, body, tail. And this secret can't stay buried for long. I wonder, did it have the same history in this universe that we had with, what was it, the first Zeppelin that just crashed and burned? I'm assuming because of how everything is so twisted in this universe, there probably was no explosion with that one. Yeah, no, that is definitely something that will stain someone's legacy, is having their name attached to something that is used for violence and war. It's kind of like with Iron Man, with Tony Stark having his name on explosives and bombs. Are we seeing the inside of them? Is it a creature inside of it? I don't like that. I don't like that.
It had always been my intention to reinvigorate the American economy. Once I had been debriefed of the situation in the Grand Canyon, the overpopulation of crowns, I realized that I was also hearing the beginnings of a solution to the impending economic collapse. That solution being slavery.
Oh, that's just wrong. That's just wrong, dude.
I can imagine your reluctance to read on, and I entirely understand. Rest assured, I believe that all citizens should be unconditionally promised the very freedoms that our country established at its founding: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. However, crowns are not men or women, nor are they animals. They are merely the decayed shells of ignoble criminals. They do not qualify for the same freedoms exercised by ordinary civilians.
But criminals to who, though?
And bound together, the crowns became the perfect workforce.
Oh, you know there's going to be activists that are against that.
But they could not speak. They could not leave. But they were chained. And best of all, the crowns were incapable of forming unions.
Oh, I bet you just love that. They just love that they can't rebel against you. Anti-airship death ray. There's a freaking death ray in this universe? Okay, bombs and bullets and all that is one thing. But a fudging death ray? Is it gonna shoot out a laser? Oh my god, we're going Star Wars up in this ship. Like, what the crap? That front elevation. What is turntable and arms? Oh, that's the clamp. I thought that was gonna be like a switch to prime it and get it ready. Positioning handle. What are you aiming at? Lamp adjuster assembly. What is that? Lens. What is that lens? I've seen a lot of weird things in COD and Battlefield for the thing you get to see for your dot, but that's weird.
Germany was the first nation to inquire about the crowns and their potential applications in warfare. I never mentioned the vast
I was about to say, aren't the crowns the ones that have been separated with Giza glass?
I knew that it could provide them with many more crowns.
Yeah, and you gotta capitalize, huh?
Instead, after signing several agreements and receiving a tremendous German sum, I provided them with over 100 crowns, along with my best advisors and the brightest engineers.
I bet you did.
Our time with the Germans
How much did they pay you,
gave
though?
rise to the greatest military vehicles in history.
The crowns are inside! The crowns are inside them!
Demand for men and crowns to construct more Rockefellers revitalized the American economy.
Also lined your pockets, didn't it?
Few nations offered to hire as many of our men and women, and none would have paid as graciously as Germans did. It was, by all accounts, the greatest and most sustainable partnership of recent times.
Yeah, and then it led to war.
I could not have foreseen the destruction those airships would eventually inflict to the very nation that provided them. I thought that their creation would unite Germany and America. I could not have predicted that by 1918, Rockefeller bombing raids would have killed thousands of
course you didn't predict that. You didn't see it coming. You didn't see betrayal.
Soldiers.
I could have told you that you were going to get betrayed, though.
Before I could take action against the Germans, it was the administration after my own which was tasked with the seemingly impossible mission of destroying the Rockefellers while preserving the reputation of the former president.
That's not going to be easy, is it?
They knew of my dealings in Germany and had every opportunity to expose me. They chose not to.
That's
for
shocking.
in their eyes, no good could come of it. However, I knew it was only a matter of time before I would become the laughingstock of my country. As the war drew to a close, I often found myself in a daze, envisioning my assassination on the streets of New York, or, more likely, on the steps of my very own center. However, it would be years before my visions would acquire any plausibility. President Hughes did a fine job of eliminating every Rockefeller while concealing my involvement.
And how did they eliminate it, for one? For two, how would you keep that so well hidden? Wouldn't anyone question that, though? That works with the crowns? Pyramid plasma. How would no one question that? They used the death ray! Anti-airship, death ray, men, Great Pyramid. They were using the that's how they did it! They took out the Rockefellers with the death ray! And it was specifically designed, I believe, in my theory right now, that it was specifically designed to destroy the crowns. Huh. But again, how do you keep something like that so under wraps?
It is a miracle that only now the news of my involvement in the Great War
never mind.
has become widely known. Thankfully, information on the crowns has continued to stay hidden from the public spotlight.
Not
I
anymore!
would much rather have the public believe that Germans were the only persons inside when the airships were shot down and crashed in flames. With the tragedy at the center, and now the airship scandal, known by many as the Rockefeller Revelation,
Dun dun
I
dun!
believe
Sorry.
that my failures have finally caught up to me. There are men outside the center who had once been my supporters. Now, they want me executed.
I mean,
The policemen
wouldn't it be
have
kind
kept
of,
the
in a
crowd
way,
at bay,
treason?
so I believe that my assassination is, like the revelation, inevitable. To be elected the president of a country is the greatest honor a people can bestow. But at the moment,
What the people give, the people will
I
take.
do wish to be the famous oil tycoon that young Virginia Arnoldson believed I was.
From our universe.
Forgive me.
Oh. You're asking a question that is really hard to be like, hey, you know, we do forgive you. Stage 1, disintegration. The men divide into microscopic parts. Huh? What do they have, PIM particles? Stage 2, ambulation. The semi-conscious and unstable remains of the men traverse the desert in an attempt to better understand their condition. What? Oh, is it the effects of the death ray? Is it? Amalgamation. The men fuse together into a more stable being. Oh, that's terrifying. Oh no. It's turning into a Lovecraftian monster. That's, oh god. It's gonna turn into a giant. Oh, it's just gonna be a regular looking man. But it's not gonna be a regular man. Migration. As one, the men return to their homeland. Yeah, but it ain't normal. It's far from normal. I'm all kinds of uncomfortable with that. What would that look like? Because different parts of the body... It's an amalgamation, so... retaliation, the men execute a counterattack. What? Counterattack against what? Are they... What are they? President Rockefeller entered a bunker underneath 30 Rockefeller Plaza on May 23rd, 1937. He was never seen again. Now, was he also turned into a crown, or was he imprisoned like the other prisoners we've seen? Investigators found that the door of the bunker had been melted open with possibly the most powerful heat ray ever built. To this day, the Rockefeller Foundation considers the president's disappearance as an abduction. It was the men! The men must have got in somehow then! Right? That had to be them. Only 2 photos of the potential suspect were ever released, and let me guess, it's the amalgamation monster. It's the amalgamation man. Is it? Need to see. It's the tree. It's the tree then. That's the suspect? Can you see them? No. Where am I looking? Oh, it is the amalgamation man then, right? Or is it Bigfoot? I don't know. Maybe that's something. The amalgamation man is Bigfoot. Did I just solve the conspiracy? That is the amalgamation man? Okay, that's weird. It looks like a stick figure. Dude, that's weird. That's funky, but that's cool. Rockefeller Revelation. That is... Wow, so we're learning that in this universe, not everything for the presidency has been all hunky-dory for some of them. James Dean is still a swell president, but now we find out that Rockefeller had some very dark dealings. But again, I'm still saying the amalgamation man was Bigfoot. All right, now we're going to move on to Washington Wonderland. Ooh, that cracked well. After an unsuccessful lobotomy, Virginia Fate Arnoldson provided a more complete account of the Rockefeller tree tragedy. This is her account. Oh, so we're still within this period of time that we're learning more about. Okay, great, cool. Not that I don't mind the jumping back and forth between times. It's always nice when you stay within a certain section.
Something went wrong with me, and everything switched.
Yeah, because you switched.
Anyone did not like me, so they left me.
Oh, that's
My
not cool.
foster parents did not like me either. So, I was left by nothing.
That's not nice.
Some of my friends were better off, but many were left at the orphanage too.
And these are all ones from the parallel universe, from our universe.
Together.
I don't know, I did this for hours like we're not living in it.
Then we were separated.
Yeah, because when you're 18, you can technically
The
leave.
military took the boys, and the doctors took the girls.
Never mind, you were not better
They
off.
probably do not remember the tree anymore.
But you do.
Soon, I will not remember either.
No, you gotta cling to it. Cling to the truth.
I hope you will remember.
Oh, trust me, we all will.
Remember for me.
Don't worry.
When the tree changed me, I was not sick. At first, I did not know what was wrong with me. When my eyes adjusted, I was in a field of special trees. I was reminded of a story my mom told me. Alice in Wonderland. This is my Wonderland.
Well, that's
I
beautiful,
held
at least.
myself close and looked up. The trees
It's a
looked
beautiful
like they
comfort
ended,
that she's giving herself, that's what I'm
but
trying to
above
say.
them, there were upside down trees, and above those, there were upright trees, like they were being reflected forever.
So it's not a theme park,
The
never mind, I
pattern
was wrong.
repeated for as far as I could see. I looked down, and I thought I was on solid ground. But when I looked more closely, I was sitting on a thin, floating layer of dust.
You were in the in-between.
It smelled like baby powder.
That's weird.
And through the dust, I could see the start of another tree.
You were in the
And
in-between.
below that one, there was another, and another, and infinity trees. While I played with the dust, I heard distant footsteps. They grew louder and louder. Then there were bright flashes of light all around me.
It was the trees
It was
activated.
like hundreds of people ran out. One man came up to me and whispered, "The trees are not the trees."
They're portals.
He had such sad, tired eyes.
You're in a prison world, I
He picked me
guess.
up and put me on his shoulders. He said, "You could be her. Anyone could be her. I promise I will not be." There was a bright flash, and we were in another field. He was sitting in front of me with his hand out. Another flash, and we were both running past through the woods. Another flash. We were both lying on the ground, looking at infinity.
You can't find an escape.
Every few seconds there was a flash, and we would be doing something else. Again, and again, and again. Over and over and over. It would not stop.
That sounds like actual hell.
Forever.
Just
You
trapped in a place
flash.
like that.
I was so angry at first. But soon I had those sad, tired eyes of his too.
She's adapting to it all.
You were so sad and tired. Every now and then we would flash to another layer of dust. Above or below, you know. But we would always see the climbers. I think they were people who tried to climb the trees while they were flashed around.
Oh, did they get stuck
They were
inside of it?
stretched and burnt.
Oh.
Maybe the dust was the people that fell. The man was always with me. He kept me
Just
close
people
the whole
wanting to
time.
escape and trying to do whatever they
He
can, and it never
took
worked.
years. It felt like 500 years.
So time doesn't really exist in that
I
realm.
named him Everett. He was always there. He never left me. Everett was my best friend. Then on one random day, no time, one random time, all the trees went.
Now they
and
become a
flash
doorway.
brought me back to New York.
When they bend, they become a
All of
door.
them were around me. Well, this was another New York. I did something wrong, and I lost Everett.
Oh.
I ruined everything. I should have stayed home that night. Why did I not stay home? I lost everything. For me and my friends, I ruined their lives.
Don't put that weight on your
I
shoulder.
will not tell you about the orphanage.
Why was it a really horrible place?
Hard times. I will keep memories of the orphanage to myself. They do not matter to me.
No, I want to
When
know
I was
actually.
18,
I'd love to
I
know.
left the orphanage. I looked for my new
I'd like to
parents.
know how horrid that place actually
They
was.
were not together anymore. My new pa died from a broken heart, and Uma lived all by herself. She did not let anyone into her house anymore,
She cut herself off.
all because of me. I wanted my old parents back. I went to the Rockefeller Center for an answer. The tree stood at the top of the plaza, above everyone else. I was never supposed to visit again, but I did, and I spoke to her. At first, I could not understand her. Her
Who?
voice was like a breeze behind my eyes.
Who did you
It
speak
was
to?
cold, and I could not move. But soon, I could understand.
Talking to the
She said
tree?
that I had to be ready to exchange one life for my own. She understood that I wanted to go back home, to my New York. She said, come back in 3 years. And I did. I waited. 1,095 days.
Such a long time to wait
I
to possibly
returned
go
3 years
home.
later. At
Wow.
first, I could not understand her. Her voice was like a breeze behind my eyes. It was cold. I could not move. But eventually I could understand. She said that I had to be ready to exchange one life for my own. She understood that I wanted to go back
Now you're just
home,
repeating. What the heck?
to my New York. She said, come back in 3 years. And I did. I waited 1,095 days.
Is it just me or did it just repeat?
I returned 3 years later. At first, I could not understand.
She's on a loop.
Her voice was like a breeze behind my eyes.
She is stuck on a loop.
Cold, and I could not move.
Oh no.
Eventually,
She's never going to be able to
understood.
return.
She said that I had to be ready to exchange one life for my own.
Oh,
I
Virginia.
understood that I wanted to go back home, to my New York. She said, come back in 3 years.
You're never going
And
home.
I did. I waited 1,095 days.
Oh, at that point I'd be done.
While I
You just waited.
I met a man. He was a very important man.
That's why.
Secret agent. He followed me everywhere.
Oh.
One day, I found him waiting inside my house.
Oh, that's creepy.
He told me that he was here to monitor me
Well, you've waited 9 years, so surprised they only did it after the 9 years.
and protect me.
Don't trust it.
But he had fallen in love with me.
Don't trust it.
No one else liked me.
Now you're gonna exchange his life to be able to go
We
back.
took each other. We grew close. Leonard loved me. I loved him too.
But you exchanged his life.
Together, we had a baby boy.
I don't like where this is
I
going.
named him Everett. Little Everett was inside for 9 months when I saw the tree again. She put directions in my head. I followed those directions. I walked for 4 days. I had to. I wanted to go home so badly.
You made a life here, though.
But I became so happy when I could hear the music. It was like the tree's voice, but warm. The Washington Monument looked much bigger in person.
I think it's a trap.
The door went up high, like it was for something much bigger.
Yeah, it's because it is.
Then I went inside.
There's bodies.
There were bodies everywhere. The breeze told me to relax. I went on the elevator. It went up. All the way up. It stopped at the top, and the music blared. It was so loud I could not move. The floor opened, and I fell all the way down. I felt myself hit the ground. Then I kept drifting down, past the ground, past rock, sand, and magma, through the layers of earth. It must have been years. It felt like 500 years.
Now you become the dust that you were standing on as a
Then
child.
I reached the other side, and I felt myself rising through all the layers of earth, past the magma, sand, and rock, past the ground, back into a body, another body, almost the same body, and flattened like a little red pancake. But I felt so empty. My belly had sunk.
You exchanged one
Little
life.
Everett was not with me anymore.
You exchanged a life.
Many others laid around me, broken like me, almost alive and completely still. But little Everett was nowhere. While everyone else exchanged for their own lives themselves, I must have exchanged little Everett for mine. I cried. I cried for years. We all bled into the ground for years. Why did the tree keep us alive? Did they
Food?
like pain? Did they drink our blood?
That might be
Is there
it.
any reason for any of it? I lost no effort. He had no soul. He did not even say his first word.
Oh, now it's just hitting deep with the
I
emotions.
ruined his life from the start. Maybe he lives in Wonderland. I hope he lives in Wonderland. One day, one random day, the music grew, and there was the brightest flash. We found ourselves outside, at the base of the tower. The tree had been freed, and we were in a field of trees. Wonderland had risen, but little Everett was still missing. We were all lifted out in helicopters. I was at the hospital faster than ever before. They told me it was 2003.
Such a leap.
They told me everything I knew was wrong. They told me everyone I knew was dead. And now they plan to fix me.
A lobotomy.
I'm sorry, Pa. I'm sorry, Ma. I'm sorry, friends.
This is her giving her last account before she can no longer
Sorry,
remember.
Leonard. I'm so Everett. Please remember me. Please. Please.
This is a heavy one. This is a heavy episode. After second lobotomy, Virginia never spoke again. That was how they were fixing her, because they believed her to be insane and crazy, and so there was only one way to deal with her. Late in her life, she produced a series of paintings titled The Right Life. Oh, this episode is just so heavy, so emotional. Oh my gosh. Ma, Pa, and I. My friends and I. Leonard and I, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Everett and I. Together. Oh. Virginia passed away in 1980 at the age of 59. Her son Everett is believed to be the 20th Washington absentee. Oh, no. Oh, that was an emotional, heavy episode. Oh my gosh, why? I've felt fear. I've felt a little bit of laughter watching some of this stuff. Mainly fear. Now I just feel a rush of different emotions, with just sadness and such misery for that. Oh, it's gonna get so much worse, isn't it, going forward? But this was a nice step back into Monument Mythos Season 2. How many more episodes do I have left? I have 3 left. Oh my gosh. Are you all ready for the heaviness? Because I'm not. But if you want to go and check out this series on your own, link in the description below. I recommend you go and check it out. It's a great series. If you enjoyed this, make sure to smash that like button. Leave a comment down below and let me know. Maybe I was missing out on some important information. Let me know what you were feeling throughout these 2 episodes. And if you have any series you'd like to see me react to in the future, leave a suggestion down below. I take them on consideration. And if you're new around here and you've been enjoying what you're seeing, why not click that subscribe button and click that bell so you get notified of my next video. I will see you all in the next one, though. I'm gonna go hug a pillow because now I'm sad. Bye.